You can create a passive income stream that will work towards earning you hundreds of dollars extra per month in less than 24 hours of effort, which is great news for you, as polls I've posted indicate that viewers want to escape the rat race. They're worried about savings for retirement, they want to unlock a healthier work-life balance, but have very little time to work on these projects, because most voters work full or part-time jobs alongside passive income streams that they are developing. Or maybe they've got a family that they're looking after, or maybe they're generally just very, very tired. We've all been there. Online courses have earned me the largest sum of my passive income earnings, but previously I've stated that online classes or courses can take hundreds of hours to put together, so there's a conflict there when we're also constrained on time.
But I've found a different way to do this, where you can cut corners using AI, productivity tips and experience-based learning without much of a drop in quality. So I'm going to create a new passive income stream in 24 hours and I'll touch upon earnings at the end of the video, and I'm going to start now.
So I'll be creating a class which I'll put on SKILLSHARE in the first instance, but I'll make sure I can put it on UDEMY too, maximize the exposure. The first corner I'm cutting is that I know the subject matter I'm putting on the website is accepted, and I know I shouldn't put logos anywhere in the video lectures. A quick browse of these websites would give you some direction of whether your subject matter is accepted.
Or see the link in the description for content limitations.
My course will be on a toolset in the CAD software Onshape that I haven't covered yet. To give myself a good overview of what I need to do, I'll always start with a matrix like this to plan out what tasks that I need to do. Pretty simple. I'll write scripts to make sure the narration is direct and to the point. Film A-roll, record voiceover, record screen capture, edit the videos, review the videos, and create some drawings for exercises, and then release.
Recording voiceover and screen capture is another way in which I've found you can create classes much quicker than I used to. The benefit I gain by laying out everything on one sheet, just like this one, is speed and focus. In some ways, this is like baking a cake. Let me show you what I mean by that.
First of all, I'd need my ingredients, where each of these ingredients could represent the lessons in my SKILLSHARE class.
You wouldn't deal with just one ingredient at a time.
For example, if we start with the flour, we'd acquire the ingredients, then weigh it, then add to the bowl, then move on to the next ingredient. Your sugar from the shops, weighing it into the bowl. Your butter, shops, weigh, bowl. Your eggs, you get the idea.
That's just not efficient. There's so much wasted time. And if you're working on classes video by video, this is sort of what you're doing. When you make a cake, you instead get all of your ingredients from the shop.
Weigh them all together, then add them all to the bowl.
Batch all of your tasks together by writing your scripts, recording your voiceover, recording your screen capture, and so on. Okay, so I'm about 5 hours in now and I've done all of my scripts.
I'm using the Pomodoro technique using this guy. So working for 25 minutes, then taking a break after 5 minutes. And on my break, I realized I could beat my current progress probably further, but only 15 minutes in by using ChatGPT. But I was curious to see if you could go even further and get the voiceover just as easily. So I've taken the script from ChatGPT and put that straight into Speechify, and I'll play that for you just now.
Hello and welcome to this tutorial on how to use the extrude tool in Onshape.
Which is incredible. You could literally write a script and create a whole voiceover in like 15 minutes for a whole class. Now, I ended up not doing that as one, I didn't think of it in time. And two, I have other SKILLSHARE classes with my own voice as the audio narration, and it might be jarring if that changed. I strongly think it's important to make sure that any educational content that you publish is of high quality. Okay, so I'm now roughly 7.5 hours in of work, and I've just finished all of my voiceover.
Which has gone pretty smoothly because the mic is on my desk and is always readily available, which means I don't have to keep setting up equipment. The mic's got this dead cat on and I control my breathing between sentences.
So I don't need to edit the video other than where it starts and where it finishes.
Having a setup for you at home where you can start straight away without any setting up, which doesn't need lots of editing, is going to work well for you. Right, so I'm another few more hours in and I've initially laid out the voiceover in the edit, ready for me to create screen capture against.
Where at this point, I'm thinking forward to the editing phase. I always find editing to be a massive drain on time and effort, So I need to think about creating screen capture that will minimize the amount of editing that I need to do.
For example, if I were to show how to write some text in Adobe Premiere, I'd use jump cuts and as few of them as possible, increase font or zoom level at the recording stage, so I don't have to mess around with any of this at the editing stage.
Fancy or interesting editing is not quite as important for educational videos. You're not trying to compete for our attention so aggressively as people might do on video platforms like YouTube. Screen capture done, now on to the editing. Preparing the screen capture sensibly actually meant that the editing went far quicker than it normally would have. And I'm not sure whether AI would currently work very well for this particular action because you'd need adequate syncing of the audio and the actions on screen. Still, the editing only took several hours rather than 200 hours like it has done on previous courses, so a substantial saving. Time to review and upload. And done. Stop the clock. So in under 24 hours, I've got a new Skillshare class that will hopefully start earning. But that's not the end of the video because I've got a confession to make.
I work full time, have got a lot of life events coming up this year and family that I wish to spend time with.
And so though I genuinely created this class within 24 hours, I didn't do it all in the same day.
And for those of you who may only have a couple of hours a day or less available for your projects,
this shows you that you can do it too.
For the most part, I'd start my day at 6 AM, do 2 hours of project work, so my Skillshare class, doing my most important task of the day first, then head to work.
And if you can do this too, I think it will help.
As often in the afternoon after my full-time job, I'm knackered and just want to rest. Perhaps you feel like this as well.
In terms of earnings, I don't have figures just yet as I've only just released it.
But I have classes on the software that are similar and I get payments every month, earning several $100s so far.
How about giving it a go? It might only take you one weekend, or you could do it progressively over 1 month. Best of luck to you. And if you want to know more about what doing this could earn you, check out this video on Skillshare earnings.